The price is absolute.
Where is Wiseman? Where?
Right, well, now that we've, everything is going fantastic for us in the real world, let's return to the dream world, where we're going to make an even better job of things.
Yeah, the situation is, optimal, really.
What's wrong? Are you tired already? Marno, you're barely holding your sword. Get your blade up, or you're going to die.
Man, cut me a break. We literally got murdered twice over. Well, whatever. Anyway, it sure seems to me like this is like the point in the game where they've actually decided to like, hey, what if we actually started moving stuff? Like, what if there was like actual plot that like resolved and like meant things?
That's all of them, right? What about Wiseman? Did we kill Wiseman?
Also, did we like miss a scene or something?
We have apparently killed so many people off camera that the sky has gone all dark and purple.
I did this? No! No, it can't be!
Meanwhile, the party is beginning to learn what exactly selling your soul to the gods of darkness entails.
But I mean, like, the whole point of this was to become powerful and do a bunch of murders. And they seem surprised that they bargained for dark powers and charged into a battlefield, and now a lot of people have died?
Accursed one, for the sake of the earth, the sky, and the ocean, thy life must end.
Chris?
I mean, I guess we were kind of contractually obliged to address this whole thing.
Accursed one.
I don't know exactly how I pictured it going down, but, like...
Yeah, this is, a little underwhelming, considering the implied lore, but yeah, here's the children of the earth to destroy the fell god Malpersio.
And like 90% of participants are just standing stock still. Like, what?
Then Ba Norco, accursed one, thy life must end.
What is this? Like, the plot development aside, just what is this cutscene?
Oh, this cutscene's terrible. Like, the actual contents aside, like, this is an awful cutscene.
As long as we share this earth, we cannot allow your devastation to continue. Marno, are accursed one. Thy life must end.
Yeah, that's a swing and a miss of trying to use our name in a dramatic line read.
What?
So, you ready for a bullshit boss battle?
I mean, don't think I didn't notice two sorcerers doing the dual voice acting thing.
So, this game has a lot of unwinnable boss fights that aren't really earned. Like, the whole Machina Arma thing feels very artificial, like, no, you're not allowed to win this because we said so. That's That is very much not what's going to go on here. The Gilo boss fight is... The Gilo boss fight will fucking put you in the ground, and you will feel like even knocking off half of their HP is a fucking victory.
This is bound to hurt.
So, like, is this one of those unwinnable fights that's, like, not actually unwinnable? I mean, that they require you to win it, even though it's unwinnable, that kind of deal.
So, all of Gilo's basic attacks, that's the lowest, like, the smallest thing that they can do is a single heavy attack for 550 damage. It only goes up from there.
We can tell them to shut the fuck up, and it will only make their opinions worse, I guess.
Fellstar Gleam is about 1,000 damage, but as usual, it can be attached to any combo that they want, and combos also do close to 1,200 damage, so...
Yeah, this sounds awful already. I have the feeling you're not even done.
Oh, I am not done at all. We have yet to see the coup de grace. See, Gilo, and this is a finisher that we actually have, if we were so inclined, has Heaven's Rant. We'll see it shortly. But that's the big one. It does 9 hits, randomly assigned to... Yep, oh no, this is Fellstar Gleam again. But yeah, so Gilo's big attack does 9 hits of about 300 to 400 damage apiece, randomly assigned to a living party member, and it's like, even if everybody is alive and everybody is at full health, you can... Yeah, here it is, Heaven Lapse. You will take about 1,200 damage per character.
Yeah.
If you are at anything less than full health in the party, fuck you. You're dead. You lose. Start over.
I'm a big fan of, like, I don't think I've talked much about the announcer voice that's going on in this. And just the fact that the guy just says in this fighting game announcer style, you lose when you get knocked the fuck out by complete bullshit. I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, then you do enough and it happens in a cutscene, and this time it doesn't kill you because, fuck you, that's why.
Oh, that's because Gilo's about to come over and do it themselves, for good measure.
Yeah, it takes some doing to make that kind of thing in a boss fight work.
Yeah, you can see that fight took me 10 minutes of real time.
Yeah.
That fight is fucking hard.
Yeah. Like, at least do, like, the Final Fantasy IX style one, where it can just happen during the fight. Just make it vaguely organic, just... Don't make a bullshit video game. That's all I ask.
Where am I? I can hear you. I'm glad you're safe. I know. Ugh. This wound. That's right. Gilo stabbed me. And I think some people were calling your name. But they were talking to me. Do you remember?
In the age of the gods, everyone called me by your name. So that means, in that world, I must have been you. You're not a guardian spirit, are you? You're...
Ah, there we go. See, Sagi's putting it together now.
That's right. Malpercio. The god who rebelled
I can claim with like considerable pride to have been very slightly more on the ball than Sagi when it comes to this one.
So, whenever one of Malpercio's afterlings was defeated, your memories came flowing into my mind. And then finally I went crazy, just like Baten and Celsica did. Mom was the trigger that set me off. All this time I thought I was a spiriter, but that wasn't true at all.
Right, so like, that's all great, but this raises a number of existential questions which I feel ought to be of more import than
I was so happy.
any of this.
Great. Now I have a friend.
Like, on the most fundamental level, what the fuck is happening? Where are we? What is going
I felt
on?
like I had to be nice to you. Like I had to make things work. After all, we'd be sharing the same heart forever.
Let's let Sagi have his moment before we worry too much about that. He's kind of chained to a rock. There's not much we could do even if we did know where we were.
Yeah, that's fair.
What was I supposed to do? Spiriters are a chosen few? They have the power to sway the world's future? Give me a freaking break. Suddenly I had someone else's mind taking a lease out on my heart. But no one ever understood me. No one ever believed me.
Also, I do appreciate how in the first game there was this whole thing about the main character was keeping a big secret from us, and now they've managed to do a thing where we're keeping a big secret from the main character, except it's kind of weird when that happens because it's not like us, because we don't actually know that. I don't know if it works so well this way around. But cool plot beat though. But yeah, speaking of existential questions, I guess we can, like, decide what the fuck we are.
Ever since I lost control, I can feel your presence inside me growing. You're Malpercio. So I guess you must be trying to consume me. Pretty soon your heart will overtake mine completely. I'll become a part of your heart. And eventually, I'll disappear. Because your heart is so much stronger than mine.
I mean, look, just because we're a fragment, of one of the most powerful evil gods doesn't mean that we can't have a little bit of heart. We'd like to keep him around, maybe as like a pet or something.
Part of you. This is important. I want you to think it through before you decide. No matter what you choose, I won't have any regrets. What do you want to do?
I feel like we need a lot more answers before we can sensibly decide a thing like this.
Well, if we pick the top option, the game just ends right then and there, so...
Huh.
We are going to submit to Sagi.
That seems dangerous, just on a pragmatic level.
On the flip side, we now get to be like, hey, forget the power of a guardian spirit. You want to see the power of a god?
A lot of people do deserve to be shown the power of the god, so...
Incredible! This is your power? Thank you. I'm glad we're still together.
Soggy!
Right, yes, you.
You're all right.
Millie! Kilo! Thank goodness.
Oh, Sagi, praise the stars for keeping you safe.
You guys being here raises questions.
Is Mom okay?
Don't worry, she's safe too. When the Afterlink consumed you, we were sent back to the Age of the Gods, and after it was over, Gilo and I found ourselves back in the plaza. You were about to collapse. During the commotion, we took your mother and fled Mintaka. She's recuperating in Hasale now. Teak and Wacho are taking turns looking after her.
I see. So Mom made it out. That's a relief.
Yep, a bunch of stuff happened, and our protagonist crew did things, and nobody seems to have noticed. Like they're just in here. There's no commotion. Like, what did you stealth in here? What is going on?
There's something that I really need to tell you.
Oh, you think?
I know.
Then you remember?
My mind was on other things at the time. But I did hear what you said.
I guess you could say that. I would say that's probably an understatement for what was going on at the time, Soggy.
Yeah. Please, let me
See,
explain.
this game is being so weird about plot stuff. Like, it's got stuff going on, and like it's good at doing stuff and throwing stuff at us, but like
If it'll make you feel better,
it's like
tell me anything you want.
the medium-sized details are all just completely wrong, and stuff's missing, and things are weird, and delivery goes awry, and pacing is really, really off, and like it's just a weird qualities for games. Also, did they really have to put a save point and 2 chests like in this room? Could they not have just had another room outside off camera without like video game stuff interfering with what's clearly supposed to be like a just to take a moment, catch our breath, take it all in kind of a scene? Like, really? This game, man.